Good afternoon. This is Akashwani and I am Punita Bakshi with the Midday News. The headlines. Supreme Court hears Kolkata doctor rape and murder case, sets up national task force to ensure safety of medical professionals. Union Health Ministry writes to heads of all central government hospitals and institutes to enhance security in hospitals. India and Malaysia sign agreements in various fields including Ayurveda, traditional medicines and digital technologies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Malaysian counterpart in New Delhi. Government writes to UPSC for cancellation of advertisement for lateral entry into bureaucracy. President Droupadi Murmu stresses the need to make the country's forecasting system foolproof to minimise loss of lives in natural disasters. Presents National Geoscience Awards at Rashtrapati Bhawan. And a notification issued for first phase of assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir, voting to be held on the 18th of next month. The Supreme Court has set up a national task force to ensure the safety of medical professionals. A bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, while hearing the case regarding the rape and murder of a doctor at a Kolkata hospital, directed the task force to submit its interim report within 3 weeks and the final report within 2 months. The CJI said that the court is creating a national task force comprising doctors from across the country to provide recommendations on the modalities to be followed nationwide to ensure the safety of women. Expressing deep concern over the unsafe working environment of doctors and medical professionals across the country, the court said that existing laws do not adequately address the institutional safety of doctors. The court said it has initiated the case on its own regarding the rape and murder of a doctor at the R.G. Khan Medical College Hospital in Kolkata to address systemic issues. The apex court emphasized that the nation cannot wait for another rape and murder for things to change on the ground. The Union Health Ministry has written to the heads of all central government hospitals and institutes to enhance security in hospitals. The ministry has requested the installation of a sufficient number of high-resolution CCTV cameras at strategic locations including entrances, exits, corridors, dark spots and sensitive areas. The ministry said a control room should also be set up for a quick response to emergent situations. It said adequate number of well-trained security guards should be deployed for proper monitoring, patrolling and surveillance of the hospital premises. The ministry said strict monitoring of entry and exit to allow access only to authorized personnel and the display of ID cards by all hospital staff while on duty should be made mandatory. Additionally, dark spots on the campus should be mapped and adequate lighting should be ensured, particularly in the duty areas of female healthcare staff, parking lots and entryways. Medical services across Jharkhand have been hit due to an indefinite strike by junior doctors protesting the Kolkata rape and murder case. Our correspondent reports that so far over 10,000 patients have been deprived of proper treatment. Over 400 admitted patients at Rajendra Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS Ranchi have vacated the hospital as they are not receiving treatment from doctors. Every day, a number of patients are returning due to the non-functioning of OPD services. Meanwhile, Secretary of Indian Medical Association's Jharkhand chapter, Pradeep Kumar Singh, said that the indefinite strike will continue until the fulfillment of their demands. India and Malaysia have signed agreements in the fields of labour and employment, Ayurveda and traditional medicines, digital technologies, culture, tourism and cooperation in youth and sports. The two countries also inked agreements in the area of public administration, governance reforms and mutual cooperation. The agreements were signed after delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Malaysian counterpart Anwar Ibrahim in New Delhi. Addressing a joint press conference after the talks, Prime Minister Modi said India and Malaysia have decided to elevate their enhanced strategic partnership to a comprehensive strategic partnership. Mr. Modi said that the enhanced strategic partnership between the two countries is going to complete its 10 years, and in the last 2 years there has been a new momentum and energy in their partnership.
प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद अनवर इब्राहिम जी का भारत का यह पहला दौरा है। मुझे खुशी है कि मेरे तीसरे कार्यकाल की शुरुआत में ही भारत में आपका स्वागत करने का अवसर मिल रहा है। भारत और मलेशिया के बीच एनहेंस स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का 1 दशक पूरा हो रहा और पिछले 2 सालों में प्रधानमंत्री अनवर इब्राहिम के सहयोग से हमारी पार्टनरशिप में एक नई गति और ऊर्जा आई है।
The Prime Minister also emphasized the need to enhance cooperation in new technology areas such as fintech, semiconductors, the defense industry, artificial intelligence, and quantum technology. He added that both sides will work on linking India's UPI with Malaysia's PayNet.
हमारा मानना है कि आर्थिक सहयोग में अभी और बहुत पोटेंशियल है। द्विपक्षीय व्यापार और निवेश का विस्तार किया जाना चाहिए। नए तकनीकी क्षेत्रों जैसे कि सेमीकंडक्टर, फिनटेक, रक्षा उद्योग, एआई और क्वांटम में हमें आपसी सहयोग बढ़ाना चाहिए। हमने भारत और मलेशिया के बीच कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन एग्रीमेंट के रिव्यू में गति लाने पर बल दिया है।
Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Dato Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim, said that there are many areas that both sides need to explore further. He said that India is an important and great nation with a rich history, culture, and civilization.
India is an important and great nation with a great history and great culture and civilization. It is in many ways multicultural and multireligious. And Malaysia, a much smaller country, but very proud of our civilization and cultures, and also multicultural, multiracial, and multireligious. And therefore we have a lot of commonalities.
Earlier today, the Prime Minister warmly received his Malaysian counterpart in a ceremonial welcome at Rashtrapati Bhawan. In a social media post, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said Malaysia is a key pillar of India's Act East policy and a valued partner in the region. After the ceremonial welcome, the Malaysian Prime Minister paid tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Rajghat. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar also called on the visiting dignitary. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal underscored the significance of enhancing trade relations between India and Malaysia. During the India-Malaysia CEOs Forum in New Delhi, Mr. Goyal emphasized various opportunities for deepening collaboration that could bolster trade and business ties between the two nations. The Union Minister pointed out the potential for increased cooperation across several sectors, including education, healthcare, digital economy, e-commerce, and clean and sustainable energy. India and Japan will hold 2+2 ministerial dialogue in New Delhi this evening. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will hold a dialogue with their Japanese counterparts. On the sidelines of the dialogue, a bilateral meeting is also scheduled between Mr. Rajnath Singh and his Japanese counterpart Kihara Minoru. During the bilateral talks and 2+2 meeting, the ministers will review the bilateral cooperation and explore new initiatives to further strengthen the engagements between the two countries. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle @AIR News Alerts. The government has asked the Union Public Service Commission (UPSC) to cancel the advertisement related to lateral entry into the bureaucracy. Recently, the UPSC had issued an advertisement to appoint 45 joint secretaries, directors and deputy secretaries in central ministries, which has been questioned by the opposition parties. Union Minister for the Department of Personnel and Trading, Dr. Jitendra Singh, wrote a letter to UPSC Chairman Preeti Sudan saying that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is of the firm belief that the process of lateral entry must be aligned with the principles of equity and social justice enshrined in the Constitution. He added that since lateral entry positions have been treated as specialized and designated as single cadre posts, there has been no provision for reservation in these appointments, and this aspect needs to be reviewed and reformed in the context of Mr. Modi's focus on ensuring social justice. President Droupadi Murmu has stressed the need to make the country's forecasting system foolproof and more accurate so that the loss of lives due to disasters can be minimized. Addressing the gathering after presenting the National Geoscience Awards at Rashtrapati Bhawan, the President mentioned the loss of lives due to disasters such as landslides and floods in different parts of the country. She added that the National Landslide Forecasting Centre is being set up in Kolkata to issue early warning bulletins for all landslide-prone states.
जीएसआई कोलकाता में नेशनल लैंडस्लाइड फोरकास्टिंग सेंटर की हाल ही में स्थापित किया जा रहा है। ये सेंटर आने वाले दिनों में उचित समय पर सभी भूस्खलन संभावित राज्यों के लिए अर्ली वार्निंग बुलेटिन जारी करेगा। अभी कुछ दिन पहले हमने देश के कई हिस्सों में भूस्खलन और बाढ़ जैसी आपदाएं देखी, जिनमें अनेक लोगों की अपनी जान भी गंवानी पड़ी। मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि हम अपने सिस्टम्स को इतना फुल प्रूफ और एक्यूरेट बनाएं कि ऐसे आपदाओं से देश के किसी भी भाग में कम से कम नुकसान हो।
The President presented the National Geoscience Awards to 21 geoscientists in 12 categories. The notification for the first phase of assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir has been issued by the Election Commission of India today. 24 assembly constituencies in Pulwama, Anantnag, Shopian, Kulgam, Ramban, Kishtawar and Doda districts will go to the polls in the first phase of elections, with voting taking place on the 18th of September. As per the notification, candidates can file nomination papers for these seats until the 27th of August, while scrutiny of the nominations will take place on the 28th of August. August 30 is the last date for the withdrawal of candidature. Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Prahlad Joshi, today launched a pilot program to transform 60 fair-priced shops into Jan Poshan Kendras in New Delhi. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Joshi said the Jan Poshan Kendras will help fair-priced shop dealers increase their income. The minister also launched 5 other programs, including the Mera Ration app, Quality Management System, Quality Manual Handbook, Contract Manual of Food Corporation of India and NABL accreditation of labs. More from our correspondent.
The transformed Jan Poshan Kendras will offer nutritional commodities like millets, pulses, edible oil, soya beans and dairy products at competitive prices. Earlier in the fair price shops, only wheat and rice were made available. These Kendras will provide additional revenue streams and better margins to fair price shops dealers. The Jan Poshan Kendras initiative is aligned with the vision of India at 2047, Sabhi ko Anaj, Poshit Samaj, ensuring that every citizen has access to sufficient and nutritious food. Saklen, Akashvani News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has paid tributes to former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi on his birth anniversary today. The leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha and Congress MP Rahul Gandhi visited Veer Bhumi in New Delhi to offer his floral tributes to the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. The India Meteorological Department IMD has issued an orange alert for heavy rainfall in the northeast region. According to the weather agency, central parts of the country have witnessed moderate to heavy rainfall due to a western disturbance. IMD scientist R.K. Janamani told Akashvani News that due to a cyclonic circulation over Uttar Pradesh, the weather department has issued a heavy rainfall warning for Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh till tomorrow. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court hears Kolkata doctor rape and murder case. Sets up national task force to ensure safety of medical professionals. Union Health Ministry writes to heads of all central government hospitals and institutes to enhance security in hospitals. India and Malaysia sign agreements in various fields, including Ayurveda, traditional medicines and digital technologies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Malaysian counterpart in New Delhi. Government writes to UPSC for cancellation of advertisement for lateral entry into Bureaucracy. President Droupadi Murmu stresses the need to make country's forecasting system foolproof to minimize loss of lives in natural disasters. Notification issued for first phase of assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir. And with that, we end the midday news.
नमस्कार, दोपहर समाचार